Welcome back to Factorio Nullius on the October-November community map. So last time I got all this science automation done, so that is very nice. I think I will actually build a few more labs, because I think this one now I do actually have more science than I can use, because I think I made one pack every few seconds, and most of these researches are like 20, 25, 30 there, so that's going to mean probably multiple labs, even if the labs have a research speed of 1, and even if I could boost it, probably like 3 or 4. What I do need to figure out though is still some resource issues, which I think is mostly coming from over the old base. So I think this needs to be enhanced quite considerably because there's some issues with it. And I think I need to also further enhance the rubber production quite considerably. So I've got a total of 6 of those now. Nothing really special there to show, except obviously it's going to be 6 times faster. Coming on to other problem solving, I had run out of space to put the stone, and gravel is not looking amazing, but I have got a little bit of space for gravel still. So I'm going to make these new ones for the stone until I figure that out, and then move on to the aluminium problem, I guess. So I think I spotted the problem here. So this here outputs methane, and the methane is full. The methane comes down here, all the way around. There's some more input there, but I think that less, not entirely sure. That's the bit that makes it a little bit confusing. I'll have to kind of see about that. That's for the lubricant. But eventually it comes down here. Now here's where it's complicated, because this is the main methane production, and basically because these are closer to the main stuff that actually consumes methane, I think they gain priority. So I've done a little bit of playing around with this, and I think I have a solution. So I've got the tanks here. The tanks will be able to basically stock up any overproduction I get. They'll be able to store it. Soon the plastic is backed up like this, that will store the methane. Pump obviously to keep the tanks as full as possible. This pump will mean if there's a little bit in the tanks, it's going to keep this pipe as full as possible. And if this pipe is full, it should stop these from running. Because if this is only 40% and that is 60%, if this is nearly full, that shouldn't be able to fill it up. So basically giving priority to that, that's for storage. So use the methane surplus first and then produce excess if needed. Next little fix, I noticed with the number of these I had now, I didn't have enough output for the oxygen, because I really am generating a lot of surplus oxygen out of this. So I guess I'll just put some extra ones on there to try and keep that back. So before moving on to like more mass production stuff, I really do think I'm going to need more rubber than this. So I want to look at what I can do to like really mass produce this, and I want to leave myself a little bit more space this time. So maybe do it in between these wind turbines here if I can. Also gives me a bit of space, I guess, for I'm building over the top of myself. So complicated bit was this, but I don't think this is ever a problem in terms of throughput. That generates 440 per second. And I'm only using 150, so I could even do a couple of those. And in fact, you can see in general, this machine's not the limiting factor. The limiting factor does seem to very much be this one still. And not even so much this one directly, but this one here that supplies it. So if that needs 5 every second, and this is outputting only 3 every 2 seconds, you can kind of see where that becomes an issue. So if we called it, what would that be? So it's 1.5 every second and I need 5, then that would be basically 4 of those. So basically roughly 4 of those to 1 of those. And if each one of these is needing 100 per second, or 100 every 2 seconds, so 100 every 50 seconds. 50 seconds? No, 50 every second, that's the right number, 50 every second. These are generating 26, we'll call that 25. So 2 of those to 1 of those, and I'll probably do 4 of those at least, 4 or 5, just to get started, because I think that's going to be the easier number. So let's see how that ends up looking. So if I've got one of those and one of those, they're outputting the monoxide. The water I'll keep feeding back into these tanks, because ultimately that water gets fed into making fresh hydrogen. So that works quite nicely. So let's copy that across there. Now these aren't ever going to fit. No, they're 1 tile wider. Bit unfortunate, but maybe I can come up with a relatively tidy layout. So if that's going to be going across there, then I'm going to need the hydrogen to fit somewhere. And yeah, this is where the issues come in, isn't it? Fitting all the things in at the same time. Now, what if I did that? No, I can never get the pipes at the end, I think. I think getting the outputs would be difficult that way, to say the least. What if I offset this here? Because I need hydrogen down there anyway, so if hydrogen was to be like that, that makes that a bit easier. Then if water's going... Water needs to be there and there in some form. Don't really want to move these any further apart if I can avoid it. I guess 1 tile this way is okay. So that gives me basically that. So water in there, hydrogen, what's the other one? Carbon dioxide, that can go there, I guess. So that's the 2 inputs for those. Feeds into that, and then that goes on to the next stage. But I did want to try and keep it tidy, so let's make it... Let's actually just stay completely north of that. So we're going to stay northeast of that particular wind turbine. And to do 4 of them would be like that. So these robots are going to be kind of slow. So we're going to help the robots out and then see about the next part of this. So 3 different outputs. So the propene is, I think, the middle one, which I don't want. So that's a waste product, can go away. Ethylene I need to mix in with some other stuff, and I think that is the leftmost one. So that's that one. I get that wrong. I think I got that slightly wrong. So that would go, yeah, that gets there. So it's not in the way of that. And then the final one is actually what I want here is this top one, the benzene. And I think if I got that right, yeah, that does tile. Very useful. And so all 4 of those are going to feed into one of these. And I'll just check what the inputs and outputs and stuff are on that. So it's benzene and ethylene. So actually I did get from there, so that is handy. So let me see if they actually line up. That would be really nice. I think they line up if I build that there. That looks correct. So probably I'm going to get an excess of ethylene. I think that's how that works. So that's 18 ethylene to 3 benzene. So that's, we call that 6. That's 2 times. So that's going to be 6 times. Yeah, so there's going to be a surplus because it's not 1 to 6, it is 1 to 2. So that's fine. Ethylene on, is it this one here? Ethylene is trying to identify these icons. I'm still really getting used to them. Yep, this is ethylene, so this can be a overflow valve or an auxiliary valve, I think it calls it. So it's going to basically overflow when there's too much of that. Propane I'll get rid of all the time, and the benzene I will just keep. In fact, I think I reminded myself what a lot of this ethylene is going to go into, because I also need that, which takes the steam, and it takes ethylene as input, and I think it uses up quite a lot of ethylene actually. So the ethylene will come along here and go there. Then looking at this one, I think it is net negative, at least it's, because I'm not going to calculate it now, but that's net negative set up there, so if I do the same thing I think I'll be fine. Then that's the stuff I want coming out, and the hydrogen I don't want so much. Hydrogen is just going to get in the way, isn't it? How can I get rid of the hydrogen? Can I get a pipe from there to over there? No. Guess I can pipe it from there to there, up to there, and then do a little U-bend there. That gets the hydrogen out the way, and I'm guessing the hydrogen was also try and see how this is set up. Not sure. I'm betting it's net negative. Now I think I had a mirrored one of those actually. Let's see, boiler. Was that the one thing I could mirror? Actually, I can just rotate it, can't I? I'm not talking about mirroring it for. I can just do this. Move that out of the way. Hydrogen can come into it there. Yeah, it's fine. Then the rest of the hydrogen supply can be from some over there, and just because I've got the hydrogen output there I don't want to block, I'll put a valve on that too, but I think it is net negative on hydrogen as well because this will burn quite a bit. Oxygen comes in there, and then I wish I could mirror this. That would have been so much easier the opposite way around, wouldn't it? I think I can do that. That turbine's a little bit in the way, but if the pipe is there, then that's there, then that doesn't connect to that or that in any bad ways. So that oh dear, pardon me. That gives me the second output there, and was that the two outputs I needed? I believe so. So then along there I'll do some more rubber stuff, so let's just get this working first. So power to that. Then I needed carbon dioxide from this here. Where's that pipe go to? Goes there, so carbon dioxide can come up there for now. That will supply that. Hydrogen is air and oxygen is hairs, so well, that's all going to get out the way anyway eventually because I am replacing this, that's the whole point. So oxygen up here. Then where's the line for it? Line goes in there. Feeds that. Hydrogen was this one. Maybe adjust that very slightly. I don't actually need to adjust the hydrogen there. I need to not get... Well, I think that power pole can move. Oh no, you can't go there because that's going to hit directly into that carbon dioxide line there. Yep, can't go there. It can come... Oh, this is going to get out of the way, I guess. So hydrogen's in there. Oxygen's in there, carbon dioxide is in there, and I need to get the water out. Water needs to feed over to... Try to remember how I did this. This was an output, wasn't it? So it needs to feed into this as an intake, which is going to be basically here. Try and find a gap around this turbine and stuff. I think that's going to be the best I get. So there's the water outtake. That keeps all of those happy, and I can extend that way nicely. So this is probably a much better layout really. Then that is now working. It's getting the all important what's that, butadiene or butadiene. I think I still need that extra ethylene intake though. So the extra ethylene was coming in, and I'll do that propane in a second. Extra ethylene was around here somewhere though. I think it's this pipeline. Needs to link up with... Well, I can move that down there actually, it'll be a little bit neater. And then it can come up there. Nope, can't do that, can it? Guess it'll just have to go to the left of this. Don't think I'm going to get a better solution, but I could use a longer pipe to get across there. Not for the throughput or the pressure, but just for the length. Oh yes, and there was that hydrogen output on that too. Don't forget that one. Now, was it just one of those I wanted, or did I intend to build more? I forget. So this is using 5 benzene per second. This is outputting 1.5, 3, 6. That's close enough to 5. So yeah, 4 of those, 1 of those, 1 of those. Seems like a good unit. And then I can copy the entire thing over there. So let's assume this runs all the time. It's then outputting 4.5 styrene per second. What is 4.5 styrene per second good for? Basically 4.5 of these. So I guess I can build 5 of these and that will be fine. What I do need to work out though is which way around do I want the pipes to be. Guess that's the neatest I'm going to get. So it was 5, wasn't it? That takes up a bit too much space. Kinda would like it to not hang over there. Probably fine though, I'll just live with it. Oh, but I need to actually handle those inputs. I really hate these things with this 90-degree thing, they don't tile. Forgot about that little detail. Yes, so basically I think that means you have to leave a gap between them because I couldn't think of a better way of doing it. I could build them in 2 rows though, so I could build like some here and some there maybe. I guess for now I'll just build it this way and then see what happens in the future. But yeah, I forgot that little detail. Detail is slightly irritating. Do I need that? Let's copy it from there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then you got the butadiene here, so that needs to go around a corner. Move the power pole out of the way, that can go to be somewhere else. There, for example. Does I link these up correctly, or is this not going to work? Did I put those the wrong way around? That's annoying. Well, I can change how this works. Pick this all up. So if I rotate it like that, basically the same idea, so the pipes go like that. So rubber supply is going to look a bit like that for now. So it's still like a really long way away from being a full belt, but it's definitely a lot more rubber than I was getting before. Except these are not working. Oh, propane, because I forgot about it. So the propane's going to come out here. And for the time being, I guess I'll reuse this storage pool. We should actually put a pump on that, just because then you get better value out of your tanks when you can fill them up to the top. Where's that pump gone? I've built one, there it is. So that's going to fill those up, keep these working. And then the propane gets made into plastic over here, using spare ethylene as well. So yeah, it's a cheaper way of making plastic, and it's not using up any chlorine stuff, so it means I now have even less uses for chlorine than I did before. So that's a bit of an issue. But otherwise, looks like that's working well. So I think what I'm going to do here is going to place all these miners with the medium miners that have the extra coverage, so that they mine under the belt and so forth. Nothing too special to show off there though. And I'm just going to build another aluminium thing. It's going to be pretty much the same as it was before, so just going to see how that goes. Got the new aluminium processing set up and finished, so nothing really special here to show along the way. It just merges in with the old one and upgrade those miners like I said I would. So that's a simple split, comes across. Basically the same idea, I just built a larger number this time and used the bigger furnaces. So ore goes in there, get the crushed stuff, that goes in there. Get the, well, I forget what those are even called, what are those called? The aluminum hydroxides. They go into there to make alumina, goes into there to make aluminium ingots. Now I think I'm short on graphite, so graphite is something I'm going to have to look at because that's backed up, but you can see there's not enough graphite to actually smelt it. But either way, it's definitely improvement over what I had before. Over double what I had before in fact, so that's pretty good going. So what I think I'm going to do for the time being is hope this is enough space and do all of that later. Because I think I can just make this all a little bit more compact in terms of horizontal space. Because like I said, none of this is needed anymore. So I can just get rid of that. I probably should have deleted inserters first. But yeah, that can go entirely. Doesn't serve any purpose at all right now. Motors are over there. Did I actually have electric motors over here for something? Yes, I did. So the electric motors are being used for this. So if that's anything that needs them right now, I can turn that around, turn that around, and there you go, electric motors. Does need rubber as well. So I do need to still leave this belt in place, but that is simpler than it was before. In fact, take one of those for the rubber. So rubber's going to come here for the moment. And I guess I'll side load it until I decide exactly what to do. And I probably could have just reused the same gears there, instead of making them in multiple places, because this can be like a sub bus or whatever you want to call it. Rather than like the main bus, I'll just put them onto like this little internal thing. So what I think I want to do, because like I said, I've got vertical space, not horizontal spaces. Now I've cleared out some of that. What I'm thinking is maybe I build inserters over here. And then I've got space there to build something, space there to build something. I can leave gaps in between to get more buses down vertically. The side did come down here. Then if I've got motors, sheet, gears and rods, then yeah, that's everything I need. So bring that down. And I've already got the stuff to make the first one of those a lot more simply than I did last time. Then for that I need, again, the motors. So that's something I've already got. Then I need... So I've actually got dual gears there, so I can maybe get that one out. And rods. Maybe I can put the rods on the other side of this belt. I think that should work. I highly doubt I'll need 2 belts worth of it. So if I go there, that's going to be rods. Biggest problem here is just going to be getting past this stuff. I wonder if I really had to do that way. Well, I've got the wrong spacing now. Can I just do this direct insert? Basically move that there. Because if I can, then that can just go like that and be basically a lot simpler. Oh, I've done something bad here. Yep, I've inserted them on the same side of the belt. That was a bad choice. Let's change that. So that can underground there, that can go there, and now they'll be on different sides. And then with that I have everything I need to make those again. So basically I've cleared all of that space entirely now because I can make these over here. Actually going to put a box down for those because I realise quite a few things need them. And until I decide exactly what I'm going to do, I might still be doing that somewhat manually. So with that all out the way, let's actually look at these assembly machines. This is as far as the first 2 go. It looks like boxes are the order of the day. So how can I make a small chest number 2? So that's iron rod, iron sheet. I have that over there. That's easy. Steel rod, steel sheet. I don't have conveniently. And rubber I have. Should have it somewhere. I need it for this. Rubber's on there, so I need to figure out a way of getting it out of there. So that's going to take some thinking about. Maybe I'll do them here to start with and see what I end up. So that just uses that stuff. So first one is very easy at least. Second one doesn't want any of that stuff, so let's move it over there for a second while I think about it. So it does want those. Does that want those as well? No. So it's like step 1, step 2, step 3 at the moment. Well, if I take plates and rod, I can make the sheet. So if I move that 1 tile over, bring this far over here and out the way as I can for the moment. Bring that down there. That gets me 2 of those things, and rubber was here somewhere as well. Like I said, my problem with rubber was most how to get to it because it's hair. Although a bunch of stuff here does really need to move around because that doesn't connect anymore. And that does need its lubricant to come back. So I'm going to need transport belts as well, aren't I? So I do need to get those out for sure. Maybe I should just not do this. What does that end up with? Let's see how that works. So I can insert there. The engines are going to not be on here long term anyway, so it's going to be rubber. So the only issue is actually getting this stuff over here. That can go there actually, which means that can go there. Does that make my life easier? Could move that all down one. That all down one. Do I actually want to have more of those? Because I think I did need those as well. Well, maybe I do, but not for this. It's repair pack. Repair pack is probably the unknown one there. Actually, I do need to have those logic circuits. Very well, I'll just merge these with the logic circuit. Don't know what that belt was for. Hopefully nothing important. So if I do it that way, then that can get its rubber there. And this can get out the way there. Might change that later, but for now I can just get rubber that way. And that gives me everything to make the Mark II small box. I'd have probably been a lot better off if I just brought the plates and the bods down together, but since I didn't, I do have plates over here. So I now have small boxes, small box 2 and large chest 1, well box / chest, whatever. But I have the 3 things automated. Very nice. That was a bit of a mistake. What if there's a smaller foundry? It'd be nice if there was. This is a bit overkill, but you get your own foundry. I forgot because that's a plate and that's a sheet, and they're not quite the same thing. Maybe what I'll do is move that down a tile. Make that a long inserter, and then I've got a space in between to do stuff. So, assembly machines, let's finally get onto those. Need to get the inserters from there. So I do actually need those basic inserters for something. Does anything else need inserter or belt? Not at the moment. Let's put the inserters and the belts on one thing. That's not going to work. Do it that way. And then that will side load, and then that will work. So one assembly machine, making more assembly machines. Needs the small boxes, which are these ones. So it needs that, that, and that's it. So they're fairly straightforward. Then what else you need? So that's going to use a small assembler, that's going to use a small assembler. So small assemblers definitely need to go to multiple places right now, I think. Let's have a look at how this is going to work exactly. Let's figure these repair packs out. Do I need those for that as well? No. But repair packs would be good to have, so maybe I can do them over here out the way. What does a repair pack want? Logic circuit, which I have being made there, but might need to actually make more of those. Kind of why that's not going to be enough. Plastic can get from there. Steel gears I've got here. Carbide I have somewhere. I just need to find it. That was down there, carbide. And inserter ones, which I guess I can get from somewhere, or I can make them specifically. Because I only need a few things. It might be easier to bring the ingredients across. We'll have to see. The ingredients would be That plus the motors. Well, I haven't got motors, have I? They're over there. Now, I wonder if I could sneak in here. I don't know if that's a terrible idea or not. So let's see. Carbide. Check. Inserters you can get from that box, actually. So that's 2 things. Got the gears there. So it needs plastic and it needs logic circuits. Logic circuits are actually over there at this point. So if I move those over a bit. I wonder if that's actually better than having a belt. Probably is actually, because it's only 2 inserters. But I do need the filtered one at that. Filter it to logic circuit. And then it is just the plastic, which I've made into a dead end up there for some reason. Can the red ones reach? Nice. So plastic for the moment can come along here. So kind of ad hoc and messy, but have now got that made. In fact, I guess I could actually double these. I can upgrade them to assembler 2s once I get there. That could be handy. So assembler 2s, what else do I need then? I need the small box 2, which is this one. Yeah, I was going to put it on that side, wasn't it? Can I make it put it on the other side? What would that do? It'd go from there to there. That could move there, and then that can go there. Jigsaw puzzle. Problem is, I'm not sure if I have a belt of splitters right now. Guess the only way I'm going to get that out is another one of those under there. Also, I do want that plastic still. So plastic can go past all that. Splitters are probably only going to be used for exactly this one thing, I think. So maybe I can get them in there somewhere. It was kind of wasteful to have this many splitters on a belt, but I don't really see a better solution at this moment for it. There we go. So plastic and pair packs and splitters. Then where's that medium one? Do I need a medium one? Yes, I thought it wasn't on the list when I was setting the others up. So that's going to need small assembler 1. What's this need? This actually does need medium assembler 1 as well. So this needs steel beams. This needs red wire. Red wire is probably the most complicated bit there. Yep, because it wants logic circuits and it wants insulated wire. Logic circuits are up here, but I don't have insulated wire. Do you have insulated wire up here, actually? So what I could do is... Nope, need some more small ones. Come on, make it faster. Just making a small one, come on. There we go, so red wire there. Take insulated wire from that and that. In fact, what was this insulated wire meant to be for? I feel like I forgot something here important. Definitely feel like I forgot something. Something's going to end up not working. And it's going to be because of insulated wire, I'm sure of it. Did I run out of iron? Yes. Well, that's not good. But I still don't know what wanted this insulated wire. Oh, was it for the... let's go to intermediates. Yeah, I think it's for making motors. That would explain it. But what's broken over here? Because this isn't making metal. And I want metal. Oh, gravel. Well, I did say I'd have to deal with that fairly soon. It is now reminding me that I have to deal with it. So that's going to be another 3 boxes. Let's hope these 3 boxes take a little bit longer to fill up. Maybe I get some bigger boxes and just put it off even longer. That could be the way to go. So no, I wanted steel beam and sheet. Because I've got plates there anyway, so since I've managed to get plates and beams in one place, that was a little bit redundant, so I could just pretend one of those doesn't exist. We'll take just the beams. This actually only wants beams as well, interesting enough. So what are the plates for? Oh, that one there wanted plates. So beams are on that side, then those can go on that side. So that's going to go there, there and there. That makes those in their entirety. That makes those once it gets the red wire I was looking at, and then that comes across there. Oh, was that too far? Let's move it one tile closer. And as for this red wire, I guess it goes down like this. And I just try and belt it past all this stuff if I can. I think I definitely should do the filter inserters though. See our logic circuit. Where have the logic circuits gone? Oh, I actually never sent them down. They're there. I need to get them out of there then. Belt there maybe. For the time being that works at least. Maybe not the prettiest, but it is a working solution. So I guess I'll make that there. Give it some power. And then set that to make sheet. Actually start speeding some of this up as well right now, so upgrade that to a number 2, which has crafting speed 1 instead of crafting speed 1.5. Because looks like I'm getting through quite a few of these because they're being used up for a whole bunch of different bits and pieces. In fact, maybe I'll upgrade this one as well. Because eventually I think this should fill up, because I'm not going to keep putting too many down. At which point more of them can go this way. Also this should back up eventually I think. Because they're just being used for the basic assembly machine. So let's see what I can do here. So need the stone as well. So let's just bring the stone down there for the time being. That'll make the basic furnaces. So stone. So how do I do the other side of that belt at some point? Because I am very limited on space in terms of logistics. I think it's worth making use of belts as best I can. And then it needs wire, so actually if I move that down there, put a foundry there. I thought I built a medium one of those, maybe I didn't. Try again. Medium, foundry, that goes there, that goes there, there and there. Make those long inserters. Then this will be set to wire. So have at least got those working. So I can store up some of those. Let's just have one stack of furnaces. And I really want to make the better furnaces if I can. Steel plate, bricks, crucibles. I think I need to bring stuff over to make those. I think that's a silicon, isn't it? Silica, not even the ingot. So that's going to go through there again. That's going to go through there. And I wanted to side load it onto there, so I have just one belt going up north. Guess I'll put it on the opposite side because I don't want to have to adjust everything I already have. So that can reach, nice. So that'll give me one belt with both the things on it. So steel plates I can get from there. Small furnaces I've got. Crucible was from the silica, and the bricks I think were from the silica too. Yep, and that's a small furnace to make those. I don't actually have a small furnace anymore, because I'll use one of these. So small furnace makes brick. Goes into that, so that'll be the second one. Put that there. And the crucible, I bet it's a foundry or something. Yeah, it's a foundry. That's not going to fit like that, is it? That'll fit if I do it that way around. Then, actually, I don't know why I'm saying it doesn't fit, because I don't need that to fit there. Because I can put that there instead, so that can go just there, that can go there. That can go there, and then the only thing I need to do is get the sand over here. Oh, and the steel plates. Well, the steel plates are there anyway. So they can come there, steel plate, go to it, long inserter, comes across there, goes in there. Silica sand coming down there. Dump some of that in there as well, because I don't really want to carry it around. Well, what do I need to do to make this? Medium furnace 1. Actually doesn't use the small furnace 2. What does use the small furnace 2 then? Is that just a dead end tech? That uses small furnace 2, and that uses small furnace 3. So yep, I do actually need lots of small furnace 2s. So what I need to do is then figure out the layout for this. Guess I can put them over there if I need to. So let's put this here for a moment. And then figure out what a chimney is going to cost me. Okay, what actually makes a chimney then? Oh, it has to be a medium assembler. Okay. Thought a small one would be fine, but apparently a small one is not fine. So I can make pipe from stone. So that's going to be stone, stone, and one-way valve. What's a one-way valve going to need? More pipe and iron. Well, I get iron from over there. So stone from here definitely going to be needed, as is that iron. Probably only need a small one. So make stone pipe. Stone pipe goes into... I'll probably move it all the way down there or something. Let's just do it that way. Keep that as clear out the way as I can. So stone goes straight in, pipe goes straight in. If I offset that by 1, that can fit there. So that's going to go across there, across there, across there. Iron rods are on there, and steel sheets I can get there from a forge there, I think. Make the iron sheet. Can that insert straight across? Yes, it can. Very nice. And that can insert there. That inserts there. That can insert across there. And I think that gives me everything I need to actually make those in place. Because I'll probably do all the fluid stuff somewhere separate. So this is like a very minimal fluid setup. In fact, if I offset that slightly, can have a storage box there and there. Oh, and I forgot the stone brick. Well, that's easy enough though, that just goes there. And then I need to get rid of gravel. Now, I think I had a belt somewhere for gravel. It's all over there though, isn't it? Guess I'll bring it over to here, since that's where I've got it before. Don't really see anything else I can do with it right now. So, waste products are going to be on this belt. Oh, I really should have put a filter inserter on there. That was dumb. Did not want to put all my pipes out there. Maybe I should have built more than one of those. That is a tad slower than I thought it was going to be. Well, actually, I guess the solution to building more than one is just build a better one. So let's get one of these medium furnaces out, because that is, I think, 4 times faster than the basic furnace. And that can make it. So I think this is going to be a fairly good place to pause. So I got these furnaces done just now. Got this moved over here, so there's storage and inserters. Got the assembly machines here as well. And I had that rubber and the aluminium done earlier before that. So fairly productive session. It was quite a few hours. Probably going to cut it down a little bit. Not quite sure what I'm going to be working on next. Probably try eventually to get towards robots. We're not quite sure how quickly that will happen. But be sure to like, subscribe, and you'll find out what happens.